two classes, very little bit complex, little bit difficult. We are going to write our MapReduce today. You run the examples, that is not fun, right? Somebody has written the examples, what is there in writing the examples. So we are going to the details of how you write MapReduce program. Before going, some fundamentals about Java. Again, in Java, if I have a class, the class name should be the name of the file. So if I write word count with W and C capital, this will be stored inside wordCount.java, right? Inside this class, you can write other classes or you can write methods. Remember that we have written a small program that day, right? So inside the class word count, now you have got this, right? And you can just write other classes. So please look what I am doing. I am going to write a class inside this, which means that this is a bigger class which uses internally another class. Just think about your computer. If computer is the bigger class, it uses a keyboard class, it uses a CPU class, right? So in the real life, how the things are contained, in the similar way, you have a class and inside that you are going to have another class. This class, I am going to call it as my mapper, and I am going to define this particular class. Remember, your name of the program is wordCount.java, not mymapper.java. Why? The main class. How will you know what is the main class? This will have a word, public class. That means this is the main class. Now I am going to write another class inside. I am going to call it as myReducer. And inside this, I am going to write something. And I am going to write a main. Remember the class that I told you about my Java program initially? No class in the world in Java can be executed without main. So with main, you have to write this one. Please by heart this. This is the structure of any MapReduce program that you are going to write. It will have a class. Some people will write my mapper in another file. Some people can write my reducer in another file. Don't confuse, okay? But just use one pattern. My mapper, my reducer, and main. Can you guess what are you going to write inside my mapper? You will write the algorithm for your map method. Inside the reducer, you will write the algorithm for your reduce method. For example, in the word count program, you will tell inside the map, take each word and put the value 1. Twinkle 1, twinkle 1. That logic you will write here. In the reduce, you will write for the same key, add all the values so that you get that particular output. So you wrote the map, you wrote the reduce. What is this? In this, you will tell the Hadoop MapReduce framework what is your mapper class name. What is your mapper class name? My mapper. So you will write my class name is my mapper, and you will tell my other reducer name is my reducer. My input file is text file. My output is also a text file, and wait till map and reduce are complete. This is what you are going to write in your main program. Mapper, reducer, and what is this called? Drivers, a driver program. Any MapReduce application in the world will have a mapper, will have a reducer, will have a driver. What about shuffle and sort? Nothing. You don't have to do anything. Hadoop will do everything for you. All you need to know is what is the logic for your map, what is the logic for your reduce. That's all. And everything will be taken care automatically by the MapReduce framework. That is the abstraction and the success that Hadoop has brought in. If you write all these things and you create that particular framework, it is minimum of 1.5 to 2 years of project. You need to deal with the failures, you need to deal with the multi-threading, you need to deal with submitting the programs to different machines, you need to manage speculative execution. All this will become complex. So the MapReduce framework is giving you an abstraction in which just write the map method, just write the reduce method. Now, listen to all the concepts that we have studied. Remember, recollect the concepts that we have studied. What is the input for map? It is nothing but the key and value. I always told you that MapReduce, whenever you hear, think about key and value. So key and value is this particular input. Can you tell me what will be the input for reduce? It will be key and list of values. Remember, twinkle 1 1 1 1 1 from everybody, and then the main program will be written, right? Now, this particular program, word count, may be existing in your company written by somebody as a plain Java program. Remember, we wrote a plain Java program. So how will you distinguish that it is this particular program is yours? You will create a package. We did this also. And we will call this package as, let's say, com.ravi in my case. If I write this particular line on the top, what does that mean? This word count belongs to com.ravi. So when I run this particular program, I will have to write not simply word count, I will have to write com.ravi.word count. You know the reason why? Because there might be somebody com.vara.word count, he might have written. So I don't want any conflict. That's the reason why I will be giving a name. This is called a package declaration in Java. And when you save this particular program, what you will do is you will create a directory called com, and inside the directory you will create another directory called Ravi, and inside that particular directory you will save this particular file as wordcount.java. So whenever Java is seeing that it is in a directory com, within that there is a Ravi, and within that there is a program, that means the package is com.ravi, and these directory names should match what you wrote here. If you don't write this particular line, I'm telling you the errors, because otherwise you will be telling that I'm not getting this, I'm not getting this. So if you are not writing this particular thing, and if you write com.ravi.wordCount, common sense, what will be the error you are getting? Class not found. And the moment you see class not found anywhere in Java, throughout your life of Java, remember you made a spelling mistake or you made a package declaration error. Always read the error message clearly. Whatever you are doing in your computer, read that error message. It will clearly tell you what exactly is the problem. All you need is to copy that error message and put it in Google. And there will be 1 million answers that you are going to get. That's the only thing that you need to know. Right? Java is so widespread that any error that you are going to get is already been happened for somebody else. So it's very easy to learn that particular thing. Right? So, this is the basic concept of a particular MapReduce application. In the coming days, 2 or 3 days, what we are going to do is to write a word count program and change. So many changes we will make. Each time when we make a change, we will create another directory. Why? Because that changes all will be saved as different programs, so that at a later point of time, you can refer to it. That, okay, this program is illustrating me this idea. This particular program is illustrating me this idea. Right? That's what you are going to do. Okay? Please make sure that the sharing is recorded. Okay? That means this screen should show what is there on the projector. It's a very, very important class. So let us start. What we are going to do, I'm going to show you so many things. You are going to, I told you many times that by the end of the course, you will not need to learn another course by going to another place. You should not. That's a hurt to me, because you will learn that overall picture of what software development is all about by the time you complete this particular course, because so many things you are going to learn. I'm going to put Ant, Maven, SBT, Scala, Spark, R, Tableau, everything will come into picture. Kafka, Flume, okay, Presto, okay. The technologies are going to be a lot. So you have to spend time, and you please spend time. Otherwise, you won't learn these things. First of all, what is a batch file in Windows? A batch file in Windows is allowing you to write some commands. Suppose you write 5 commands in a batch file, and if you execute that particular batch file, then all that 5 commands will be executed. What is the use? No need to write 5 times the commands, right? What is the equivalent of a batch command, a batch file in Windows, or sorry, in Mac or in Linux?
SH
.sh files, right? In an sh file, what you will do? You will write the commands together. Okay. So tell me, I want to compile the program and I want to run the program. How will I create an sh file? I will write Java C WordCount.java. That is Java C, which is compiling the program. And then I am going to write Java word count. These 2 lines I will write in a file called myfile.sh. Then what you are going to do? In the command prompt, you are going to write myfile.sh. What will happen? It will execute that 2 lines. Very simple, correct? Now the things are very difficult. What are you writing? You are writing a Java program. And you are going to compile that particular program. You are going to get error. What is the error you are going to get? Mapper not found, reducer not found. All this. Why? You told that you are using mapper. Remember what did I tell you? When I used a string tokenizer, what did I do? Import java.util. That's what I did. And I told you, when I create an oven, the screws are not available. So I am importing that screws so that I am using it in my program. And that screws are imported by writing the import statement. So when you are writing a mapper, it is going to tell what mapper. I don't know what is a mapper. Oh, I know word count. That is the program you have written. But I don't know what you use inside, right? So what I need to do? If you want to tell Hadoop that what is this mapper, there is a beautiful concept in programming, namely in object-oriented programming. What is it called? Look at a real life example, right? So when you look at a real life example, if suppose I have an employee, I am a student, I am a, let's say, painter, I am an artist, all these are human beings, right? Object-oriented programming came to imitate real life. A very fundamental idea of object-oriented programming is to imitate real life. So in the real life, you have all these people, but you know that all these are human beings or person. So what I will do as an object-oriented programming, I will create a class person, and a person has got a name variable attribute. Remember the remote control example that I told you? Whenever I am telling that this is a class, there are private variables inside this particular class, and I deal with only the functions that is provided. You deal with the class through the functions. The functions will manipulate the internal variable. For example, when I press this particular button, this button internally will close the circuit which is connecting the battery with the light, and the light comes in. I don't need to know that. I just need to know press button. Press button is a function. The function manipulates the private variables. So name and age are the private variables of a person. And you will have the methods. The methods will be telling you what is a name, what is the age, etc. So whenever you want to get the name, you will call the method to get the name, the function to get the name. Whenever you want to get the age, you will call the function to get the age, right? Now you created the person. Now comes the beauty. Look at this employee. Employee is a kind of person. So I will write employee class. When I create, I will tell extends person. That's a beautiful concept in object-oriented programming. What is it called? Inheritance. So we are using inheritance to derive the property of an existing class. And remember, when you write a mapper, and yarn is involved inside that, resource manager is involved, application master is involved, container is involved. All these things, how this mapper will get? Mapper will extend the map class given by Hadoop. So, mapper class, my mapper extends some Hadoop mapper class. My reducer extends some reducer class. Then you get the complete picture. Because if I say only class employee, I will have to write everything, name, age, everything. When I write class student, I have to write name, age, everything. Rather than that, what I did, I abstracted the commonality onto the top class and allowed the derived class to extend from this. This property is called inheritance. C++ provides it, Java provides it, all object-oriented languages provide it. So, I am going to extend it. Now comes the problem. Okay, you wrote extends your mapper class from Hadoop. From where this mapper class came in? Screws. Remember the screws? You have to import. So, after this package line, always in a Java program, the first line should be your package line. Then you are going to write import org.hadoop. This mapper class, reducer class, everything. There will be 20 to 30 imports. Are they Java or are they Hadoop?
Java.
No. They are all from Hadoop. Yeah, you are writing in Java. But these classes are coming from where?
Hadoop.
From Hadoop.
Library.
Remember in our example, Java.util, it came from where? Java. It came from Java. When you download Java, it is part of Java, correct? But what about this? Is it part of Java? Hadoop is not part of Java. Hadoop is separate.
It is part of library.
Yeah, it is part of library. It is part of Hadoop.
It's a jar file.
It is a jar file. Very, very good. And remember, when you executed the word count, what was the jar file which was responsible for word count? MapReduce examples.jar, correct? So, when I want those Hadoop classes to be available without any error, when I compile my program, I have to tell that use Hadoop jar files also when you compile the word count.java. Are you getting? It's all common sense. How are you going to tell it? You have to put a path. What is path in Windows? How will you, in your command prompt, when you write cd, why are you getting that command executed? When you write ls, you are getting the list, right? How it is coming in? Because it is there in the path. All your commands are there in the path. In Java, if you want to put a class into a path, that is called a class path. So I have to put class path. That is very, very difficult. Why? I have got about 150 jar files. So one by one, writing that jar files in the class path, oh, it's a tedious job. Instead, what I will do, I will use a build tool. And I will tell the build tool that when I compile the program, refer to this directory, and in that directory I kept all my jar files. So I don't have to type. Tell me, what are those build tools? Apache Ant, very, very famous. When we go to Spark, we will use Maven. And when we go to Scala, we will use standard build tool or Scala build tool, SBT. Very, very famous. There are so many. Gradle, another one. These are all build tools. And how does Ant works? So we are going to see all these things. Okay? So listen. What we will do is we are going to go very, very slow. Just
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So, just to look all the steps and exactly replicate it, everything is getting recorded here. Okay, so refer it as many times as you want. You are going to get from me about 300 to 400 programs and architectures. And all those programs and architectures are available in foroursun.com. This is my site, foroursun.com. Okay, /passion. Okay, this will be referred from now for every class that we are going to do. foroursun.com/passion. Please remember that. Okay. And don't start downloading all the things that are available there, because every batch, every date, every program, I will be changing it. And when you go here, this is what you are going to see. Okay? And you will see the entire world of all the applications that we are going to use in our course are there. So many extra things will be there, okay? Do not download. All these things will be downloaded eventually by the end of your course. Until that time, you don't have to download. What I tell, you download. And then you work on that, okay? So, what we are going to do is, first thing is, there is a material called fullcloudera.pdf. This is Cloudera's course taken for Psychos Company, Bank of America, some couple of years back. 663 pages. Keep it for reference. Just right click, save as. Okay. You may save these files onto your virtual machine or on your local machine, your wish, wherever you want. Okay, so you can store it. Okay, fullcloudera.pdf is the file. Okay, it is about 700 pages. Please use it for reference. Okay, there will be some things which you might want to study and you can learn that things. And kindly do not share what I am giving you. Okay, that's very important. Okay, my God, that's
What is the file name?
fullcloudera.pdf. I'm showing you with the mouse key. Fullcloudera.pdf. Oh. All right. Now what we are going to do is go to the file called distribution.zip. There are two files, don't get confused. One is distr.zip, don't take it. distribution.zip. Distribution.zip. And look at what I'm doing. If you are doing along with what I'm doing, you may lose the context because there are so many steps that I'm going to go through. Whenever you click on that, select Save File and click OK. By default, either in Mac or in virtual machine, we are all in virtual machine, it will be stored in Downloads directory, capital D, Downloads directory, in your home directory. What is your home directory in your virtual machine? Home/Cloudera, never forget. What is the home directory for Hadoop? User/Cloudera, don't forget. Now I am going to open the terminal. Edit, preferences, change this, make it a little bit big so that everybody can see. I will make it 24. Make the text color white. If you give 255, 255, 255, it will be white. All 255 is white. And make the background color blue, your wish. Okay, so how will you make it blue? Red is 0, green is 0, and the blue is 255. And you got a nice screen. And you have got the distribution.zip in the downloads folder. Now I'm going to play with the Unix, right? So what I'm going to do, move is the command. And the home directory is a tilde operator, /do downloads directory is like this. And then the distribution.zip is this. See, I typed only the first letters. Never type distr, you will make spelling mistake and you will tell that it's not working. And then put a dot. That means it is moved from the downloads folder. There is no unnecessary copy in the downloads folder. Don't write CP, then many copies will get created. And then what I'm going to do is unzip that particular distribution.folder. So I'm going to write unzip distribution.zip. And then clear the screen. So now if I look at ls, I have got the distribution folder. Distribution is a folder which a teacher uses for students. That's not a good this thing. So I'm going to change the name of that folder. MV distribution, that folder into PassionBytes. I changed the name. So now my distribution folder is called PassionBytes, and if I look at ls, I will see concept 1, concept 2, concept 3, concept 4. This is a golden reference for you. Each things are showing very advanced features of MapReduce, and that is what we are going to do day by one. Every time when I start a particular one, what I will do, I am going to create a copy of that concept 1. And then I will work on that particular copy so that my original concept 1 is not getting affected. Another interesting thing that I have to do is that anytime my virtual machine can get corrupted. So it is a very good practice to keep a local copy of what I do on the virtual machine, so that if the virtual machine is getting corrupted, when I download the new virtual machine, I can just take my golden copy. And that golden copy should be kept in your local system, which is Windows. What is the best way to do that? Please look at these steps now. So what I am going to do, in my Windows, not virtual machine, I am going to go to the browser, and then I am going to type FileZilla, which is a FTP software. And you will see when you click on FileZilla, this particular screen where the first hit is going to be FileZilla, right? And click on download. Don't download FileZilla server, but download the FileZilla client. So I'm downloading FileZilla client. If you are familiar with WinSCP or something like that, your wish. Okay. And now I am going to click on download. And then run. And then close. That should start the execution, and you will see in Windows 10 a permission screen. Please give yes for the permission. So the FileZilla is getting downloaded. Click on I agree. Just use all the defaults and click on next and click on next. It is hardly about 2-3 minutes. You will get the FileZilla installed onto your desktop. So you'll see FileZilla icon on the desktop. If you have selected, create an icon on the desktop. It is not there, just drag it. So FileZilla is created. Now, how will you know the IP of our Windows? Look at my question. I am asking the IP of my Windows, CMD. And type the command ipconfig.
Can you increase font size?
And you will see the IPv4 address 10.1.10.147. Now, you don't need to worry about this number, but this is very useful later. Go to your virtual machine, and in the virtual machine, how will you know the IP? It is not ipconfig, it is ifconfig. And you will see it is 10.1.10.232. That's the number that I want. 10.1.10.232. Go to your Windows. Open FileZilla. And look at what you have to type. Again, so many people make a mistake telling that I am not able to connect. Only once I am telling it. SFTP. You should not ever forget typing SFTP. // 10 dot, look at that IP of your virtual machine, 10.1.10.232. The username, as all of you know, is Cloudera, and the password is Cloudera. So type in the username, password, and the IP. Never forget SFTP:// and then click on Quick Connect, and please accept all these things and click OK, and you see the right hand side. Now you got a beautiful screen. Left hand side is Windows, right hand side is your virtual machine. And now you got the PassionBytes folder that you created, which is a golden copy. Where is it? In the home directory, home/Cloudera, and you will see that PassionBytes here. Just drag it to the left hand side. For example, I want to keep it in my desktop, and I copied it here. So you will see that the copy is starting below, and it is copying all the files from the virtual machine to this. So at the end of the day, when the work is completed, it is nice to have a copy of the folder what you have in the virtual machine, concept 1, concept 2, on your local. This you must do every day after you work. So completed that, let's come back here. All right, we got the PassionByte directory. And inside the PassionByte, as I told you, everything is the original golden copy. So I don't want to touch that. So I want to create a concept1's directory. What I'm going to do is cp-r, which is recursive. What is recursive? If you don't put recursive, it will only create the header directory copy. It will not create anything inside which will not be copied. So cp-r concepts1, I am going to copy to another directory called work. So I know that work is my current directory and I can do whatever I want, mistake or anything. If I am wrong, I can delete it. I can do whatever I like. And now I am going to go to cd work. And I am opening another command prompt. And this is the style of how you should do the MapReduce program. Right side command prompt for editing or writing the code. Left hand side for compiling. Make sure that whenever you change anything on the right hand side, if you are not compiling, that changes will not take into effect. Common sense. So I am going to go to my CD PassionBytes here. And I am going to go to my CD work. And if you look inside the work, there are so many directories. I am going to type ant clean. It is cleaning all my existing jar files and all. And now you will ask that how ant knows that it should be clean. And what it should do when I write a command. Look at that file called build.xml. That does the complete trick. In the build.xml, I have written after ant, if I write Bhaskar, what should that do? After ant, if I write clean, what should it do? After ant, if I write build, what should it do? Everything I have written like a shell script. So if you look at vi build.xml, you will see that there are so many concepts that is written inside. Okay, it's not visible. Profile preferences, I will just change the color, background color to black. So 0, 0, 0. Click OK. And you will see that how the data is written. So I am telling that, for example, I will just take init. Look at that init. What init is doing? It creates all these directories. That is what I told you, that the shell script equivalent. So when I write ant init, what will happen? It will create all these directories. Similarly, and build, it will compile my code, and you will see, and finally after compiling, it will create a jar file called myhadoop.jar. And when I write clean, it will delete all the directories. That is what I just did. So don't get confused when I write and what is happening. What is happening? In the build.xml you have written it. Can you expand it? Yes. If you are intelligent, a good exercise that you can do is that and zip is already there. And zip, it will zip today's work with the date. And write another task called and email. Or write another task called and copy. And the moment you write and copy, automatically it should SFTP to my home folder in my Windows. So that I don't have to open FileZilla. That is called innovation.
So this and will recognize only XML files?
Yes, yes. Build.xml only. Yeah. Otherwise, another XML file, but it should be of this format. For example, if I make a mistake here, see this target is starting here, and I am intentionally making a mistake. And if I am telling, okay, this one I didn't put, and if suppose I come here and then if I write and clean, see what is happening. That's why unexpected text target. It is completely. Always apply common sense to the error messages that you get. It will clearly tell you. Look at that. Build.xml, line 66, unexpected target. That's it. So, go to vi build.xml, set a new Unix command. It will show you the line number. Go to the line 66. Here is a problem, 64, and then just make sure that it is closed correctly. And now, if I write and clean, build successful. There is no error. All right. Now there is another important thing that we need to do. What is that? Look at my build.xml. I am telling that all my Hadoop jar files are kept in a reference directory, and that reference directory is called base directory /lib. Remember, what did I tell you? This org.hadoop, all these are coming from Hadoop, and I cannot write all the classes in the class path, so I should put it in a lib directory, all these things. What is that lib directory? Base directory /lib. What is this base directory? Base directory means the directory from where you are running this particular code. Whenever you see a dollar symbol in AND, that means that particular variable is declared on the top. So if base directory is declared, and you don't have to know all these things. I'm just explaining you so that you are not lost when you run all these things. You will never need to write a build.xml unless you want to do your own things. So the base directory is dot, but that is a big problem. Can you tell me what is a big problem there? If I use that dot and lib, what is the problem? The problem is, today you are working on work. Tomorrow you are working on another directory called work1. Day after tomorrow you are working on another work directory called September 20. Let's say. Every directory you will have to keep the copy of that lib, because it is referring to the current directory. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a directory in my home/Cloudera called reference. And I'm going to keep all the jar files inside that reference, so that in any of my program, I will refer to that reference only once, so that my space is efficient. So let's do that. How will I do that? I'm going here, and I'm going to write here. The reference is not base directory /lib. It is going to be /home/Cloudera/reference. Remember, I didn't create it yet. I'm just writing it. Okay, this is my reference library. Okay, escape, shift, Z. Where is it? Home/Cloudera. So how will I go there? CD. And if I type pwd, I am in home/Cloudera. mkdir, what? CD, reference. Now, can you tell me a Unix command to copy all the jar files into this particular directory, which are related with the MapReduce? Find from /user/lib all files which are No, I am not running examples.jar. Okay, find user lib all the files with jar. After that, what I need to do? Execute a copy command by taking all that jar files to this particular directory, separate by semicolon. That's how the Unix piping works. There might be syntax error. Let me check. The meaning is
After you have to do semicolon at the last.
find all the files. That semicolon is for separating each jar file name. And if you want to be knowing what exactly is happening, you can just open another command prompt. Let us go to our reference directory. Look at that. It's working. That's why I told you, multiple technologies at whatever you want. Otherwise, what you will do? You will go to each directory and you will copy it 1 day, 1.5 day work. Right? And already I told you this particular command, find /user sleeps minus iname/jar. After that, what you are doing? You are doing a piping. You are extending that particular command. Take all the jar files, put it, and then copy it and put it. I need that entire list of jar files to be created in my, and I am in reference directory, and when I write cp curly brace, put a dot, the meaning is that it will copy to the current directory. So my reference directory will be packed with all the jar files which are related with Hadoop or not. I don't care. I will put star.jar. Okay? Because Hadoop will use Hadoop jar file. That jar file may use another jar file. We don't know. That is why I am taking all the jar files. It takes good amount of time. Why? Because there are lots of jar files. And that is the reason why I told you that you should not be creating base directory /lib as the current directory. Why? Because you will be creating a copy of this reference everywhere.
So it's finding jar files from different directories and putting it on to reference.
Right, exactly. That's what it is doing. And you don't have to remember. Unix command to copy recursively directories. Google, you will get this. Right? I told you information is of two types. Either you know it or you know where to find it. Look, it's done. Okay, can you tell me the command? How many such files are there? How will you find out?
List.
Huh? No. Yeah. Word count minus L.
Need the file name.
Oh, sorry.
Directory.
WC minus L. Dot. No. LS minus AL. Yeah, LS minus AL will do. So it is not telling count, but it is telling you.
L5 WCF.
Correct. So see that's the beauty. LS minus AL. Pipe WC minus L. 1460 files. What is that character in between called? Pipe. It's a very important, nice character. That is how you write Spark code. One output will go to the next one will go to the next one will go to the next, and finally you got the output. So 1460 files has been copied and my reference directory is intact. Come on. Now let us start playing. Don't touch this reference directory. And it is nice if you create a copy of this reference directory also in your local in Windows. Why? You don't have to run this particular command every time. But it will be huge space. Alright. Now cd.clear. Where is the directory where we are writing? PassionBytes and work. Correct? Please look at this. ls. All I need first is rm minus rf. I don't need this attic directory. I don't need this classes directory. I don't need this dist directory. I don't need this GPU access file. I don't need temp and test. I am deleting all these things. All I need to start my work is build.xml and source. Build.xml never delete. Your ant will not work. And in build.xml, make sure you made the change to point to the reference. Alright. What we are going to do? Go to source. What did I tell you about packages? cd-com, cd, Ravi, ls. Delete that cat.java and GPO access.text. I have got only WordCount.java. Come on, let's start. VI WordCount.java. Oh, all the imports on the top. Are you all following? Package line, all the imports. Then what did I tell you? Public class word count. Oh, that is there. And then what did I tell you? Inside that there will be a class that you will write which extends inheritance. Come down. Don't worry about comments. All that with blue color is comment. Can you all understand what is this? And please explain me what is this? What is this? So whenever twinkle, twinkle, little star is coming, what string tokenizer will do? It will take twinkle, twinkle, little star, each one word. Remember? What is this doing? Context dot write word, comma, one. Each word it will take and it will write 4 lines is what you need to know. But only thing is that you need to be a little bit familiar with it. So don't worry about that. Just understand at the high level. So mapper is over. Now tell me what you will do in the reducer. You will declare a variable called sum equal to 0. And then what you are going to do? You will add all the values and then you will put it in the sum, correct? Okay. Integer sum equal to 0. Get all the values. And I told you your reduce method will take key and list of values. Everything I told you, right? And that is your reducer. Okay, beautiful. Come down. And what will be the final one? Driver program. In the driver, I told that, okay, my class name is WordCount.class, my mapper is tokenizer, and my output key is this, and wait till the job is completed. This is what I told you, the driver program, it will combine, it will stitch your mapper, reducer and everything. Okay? And I don't want you to write all these things. I'm going to remove these lines. Don't write this. Tokenizer, output key, jar by class, okay? And job equal to, okay? So this is our first demo, and let us put the date here. Today is what? September 21, right? So first demo on September 21. I'm going to give it, okay? That's one. And I gave that my mapper class and everything is there. Escape, shift, set. So tell me what is the name of my class? com.ravi.wordcount. And where am I? In my source code, I told you one window is for compiling and one window is for writing the code. Otherwise, everything you'll have to go to up, down like that. That's why too. And how will you compile? And see? Whatever you have written in that script, and now it is compiling, it is referring to references directory, and if everything is okay, you are going to get very successful. And what is the jar file it created? Where did it create? Please look. Where did it create? Inside the dist, it created a file called myhadoop.jar. Are you following so far? So it created a jar file for you. Now you understood how that MapReduce examples.jar was created? Clear? Okay. Now, what I want to do? Okay, what is the file that we created last class? Hadoop fs minus ls. That will be there, no? The twinkle or something what we created. If Devraj has not deleted it, it will be there. September 20 or sample. What is that?
I created that one.
Hadoop fs minus. Let me look inside the sample. What is the file then that is available in sample? Okay, input.txt is there. Okay, what is that file? Hadoop fs minus cat sample. Now you understood why you need to know this Hadoop commands, right? Sample slash input.txt, correct? Input.txt is the file that is available. So, what is the file that is available? Hello world, blue cross, blue. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So, you have got that particular data. And what is the name of the file? Sample, right? Now let us run. Where is that directory? Dist, right? So go to cd dist. My hadoop.jar is created. How I'm going to run my program now? Hadoop jar my Hadoop.jar, not MapReduce examples.jar. The name of the program is not lowercase word count, com.ravi.word count. And the input file is sample, which he created. And let me create sample out as the output directory. Now
So sample is a file and sample out is a directory.
Pardon?
Sample is a file and sample out is a directory.
No,
Sample out is the output directory. You didn't practice.
But
That is why
sample
you
is,
are-
but sample is a directory.
Sample is the input directory where the file
Oh,
twinkle
the
twinkle little
directory.
star is there, right?
Yeah.
Remember when we
Right.
run the MapReduce program? There is error. There is error. What is the error? Safe mode. Okay, so his system has gone because he did not close the system well. Okay, so what do we need to do? Hadoop DFS admin hyphen safe mode.
No, if we close also, every time it is coming. So it is asking for safe.
Maybe you need to reinstall. That is related with some of the systems, right? Okay, so now let us run Hadoop jar my Hadoop com.ravi.wordcount.program. So this is the internal. This is exactly what we are doing. The whole world is struggling to understand this. What is that happening and how to write that program? Now that go to that particular code where that sum equal to sum plus I have written, right? Multiply by 2, what will happen? Instead of word count, it will give you the double the number, right? That is how you should check. Run your program and compile. Understand? And it is running the MapReduce now. Make sure that you are commenting out the line that I deleted in the main program. There is a line called job.setReducerTasks in bracket 0. We have not yet reached that level. So please comment out that line or delete that line. Everything is completed. First thing that you need to watch, go to the browser and then localhost 8088. Can you guess what you will see there? What will be the program name? What is the program name? First demo on September 21. Now you understood how that is coming? I wrote that now in the code, in the main. So driver will decide what is the name of your particular application. So in organizations and teams and all, then you will do that, right? So you created your particular output and that output is generated and now you go here. You go here and go to the command prompt where the output is there. Yeah, in the dist folder, right?
Yes.
And now come back here. VI WordCount.java, I told you, use that for editing. Enter. Okay. Okay, sum equal to sum plus value dot get. Okay, let us write. Just experimenting, okay. Sum equal to value dot get. What will happen? First value will come. So you can experiment which mapper executed first. You ask, no? How is that getting executed? Change and see. Let's see. Escape Shift CC. And I come back here. Go to the parent directory. I'm in dist. Remember, I have to go one level up. Always make sure you are compiling from the place where build.xml is there. You cannot go to cd dist and type and. It will tell you build.xml not found. Common sense again. Is it not? No, common sense. It will tell you. So cd dot clear and then type and. What it will do? And always remember, if you see this message, that means the file is changed. And knows if the file is changed. If you didn't change the file and if you type and, you will not see that line. It will tell that build is completed. That is the beauty of AND. It looks at the timestamp and it knows whether you changed or not after the last compilation. Okay, so you compile it and now go to cd dist and then run the code. Again, use the arrow key because I already typed the command. Can you tell me what will it work or not? It will not. Why? Sample out is already existing in Hadoop. You cannot do that.
Unless you do
But
But -f I cannot do here. I have to do it in the program. So better if you create sample out one and then press enter. So the same program.
Yeah, Ravi, I have a question.
Huh.
We are doing that and you are entering, right? But we are not specifying specific program name or something.
No, in the build.xml I have written no. Compile all the source code, my directory.
Okay, all will be compiled
Yeah.
every time.
Every time it will be compiled.
All programs.
Whatever is not changed will not be compiled and will reuse it.
Okay.
Okay, that is the beauty. So you look inside the build.xml, you will see everything. Okay, and it is not intelligent. To and I tell everything in build.xml. All right, now clear? What is output directory? Hadoop fs minus cat. What is output directory name? Sample out 1/part dash r dash 1 2 3 4 5. You understood now? Because some value dot get only I wrote. Actually should have some plus equal to value dot get. So please spend some time today to run through. The complete things are there, correct? We will do it tomorrow. Okay, we are going to do a lot of things related with this, right? So this is how internally MapReduce works.